and let the one who has no sword sell his cloak and buy one.
Alright guys, we're going to do a video on the Freedom Munitions XDEF self-defense ammunition. We're going to do in 124, 135, and 147 grain with this Taurus G3xl with the ported barrel. Alright, so if you can see the ported barrel, we're going to go and we're going to see what kind of FPSs we're getting out of these and how well they shoot in this Taurus. This is the G3xl, so this would be for the G3 or the G3xl. Alright, so stay tuned. We make holsters. We have custom holsters that we make, so you can go check those holsters out. defensetraining.org/holsters. Alright, back to the video. Alright guys, today I want to do a little review on the Freedom Munitions XDEF self-defense rounds. So they have the plus P's is what I've got. I've got 124 grain right there. I've got 147 grain right there, and then I've got 135 grain right there. Alright, so to show you what these things look like, there we go. It's kind of hard to see down in there, but I really like these. I like the way they look. Yep, there you go. There's a better picture. But this is 124, but they make these all the way up to 147. They do 115 to 147. They advertise certain FPSs on them as well. All these are plus Ps. 135, 124, 147. Now, the gun that I shot them out of is my Taurus G3xl. And if you notice, my Taurus has a port. So that's going to slow it down a little bit off of the port typically. However, the port sticks out beyond where the barrel would have been anyway. So it's not that big of a deal. What I have found is about the same. So not a big deal there. But do know that it does have a port here, and that could throw it off from one that doesn't have a port. You know, if you've got a threaded barrel sticking out without a port. But you've got compensators out past where the barrel would be anyway. This is about what you're going to get out of this ammunition, and they have advertised prices. And I know a lot of guys ask me, it's like, why don't you show us shooting on the range? Why don't you set the camera up so we can see it while you're shooting on the range? Well, I have a one bay range that's not that wide, and I don't have enough room to set my camera system up comfortably with the speakers and all that. I don't want to bust the speakers out or any of that. And I don't have an outdoor range, so it's all one indoor range. It's a single lane, so I can't really do that comfortably. So, but I'm going to give you what I wrote down off of my chronograph. So I've got it all wrote down here. I know this is hard to see, but I'm going to read it off to you. So the 124 grain XDEF actual self-defense rounds plus P, this actual round out of that gun with the port. The advertised average from them is 1125 FPS. So they advertised this at 1125, which isn't bad. That's pretty good. However, when I done the chronograph, I got better than that. So I averaged 1143 off of 5 rounds. So you do your 5 round average. I shot 5 rounds out of it. I shot several more than 5 rounds, but I did the 5 round average. The first 5 rounds I shot is what I did. And I got 1143 average. So as far as their advertised 1125, yes, it's at least getting 1125 on the 124 grains. Yep, camera's not wanting to work with me. Alright, so the 135 grain right here, and I bought 2 boxes of these. These comes in boxes of 50, and they're not bad priced either. So, and they're made in the USA. So the 135 grain, this one advertised average is 1050. Now again, remember this has got a ported barrel, so that could take away 5 to 10 FPS, and I got 1042. So I'm 8 less than they're advertised with a ported barrel. I'm not going to throw on a non-port on here simply because I shoot with the ported barrels. I like the ported barrels. And so I'm showing you what it's going to do with the ported barrel. If you do not have a ported barrel, I guarantee it would hit that 1050 advertised. And that's with the 135 grain. For those of you that don't really know what I'm talking about as far as grains and stuff are concerned, that's the weight of the bullet. That's how much lead basically is in the actual bullet part. So how much lead is in this part. So the 124 and then the 135 and the 147 is all how heavy they are basically. So then we've got the 147 grain here, which is actually what I like. I like the 147 grain bullets. I like the heavier bullets in the 9mm. One of the reasons is because typically they have a softer recoil and they shoot like a dream, especially in one with a ported barrel. But that's one of the things I have to make sure is the advertised FPS is being met, because with the 147 grain hollow points you have to hit, I believe it's 930 FPS for it to do its job, but the 147 grain bullets will go quite a ways. It's kind of like the 45 basically. It's going to drop quicker than the other ones, but it will still go a good little ways. And most of us aren't going to be shooting outside of 30 yards anyway, and 30 yards isn't a problem with it. So the 147 grain advertised FPS average from Freedom Munitions is 950 FPS. I got on the Chronograph, again it's a 5-shot average. The first 5 shots that I shot, I didn't pick and choose, just the first 5 shots I wrote down every shot as I was shooting it. I had an average of 967.6, so it's above the average even with the ported barrel. So their advertising averages on this ammunition is actually right on it, or I'm getting above it. So they're probably being safe and throwing their averages down a little bit lower. So when you do chronograph it, it's going to show up at what they're saying it is. Again, the only one under was the 135 grain. However, it was only 8 under with that ported barrel. Shooting them, they all shot great. Didn't have any problems with them. I put a few rounds of each. I'm actually going to go shoot some more here in just a minute, and if I do have any problems, I'll do another video. But I just wanted to do a quick video on this XDEF. They're fairly new self-defense ammo. I really like their hollow point. It's kind of like a bonded one, so it should open up and mushroom out. I'm going to try to do a ballistic gel test here after a while. I'm going to have to get some ballistic gel in, and I'm going to have to go to another shooting range because I am going to try to get that on video. So I'm not able to do that today or anytime soon. It'll probably be several months before I can do that. But as far as their self-defense ammo, their actual hollow points that they advertise for self-defense, they sell also target hollow points as well, and I've ordered some of those, and I'm going to test them out here in a minute and put it in another video. But I like them. If you're looking for what seems to be a really good self-defense round, and all the stuff that I've checked out on them online and all that, and done my research on them, I found that it's working pretty well, and a lot of people are liking them. I just wanted to show you this with the ported barrel. So they're getting the average advertised basically outside of the 135. It was 8 less. However, that's expected typically with the ported barrels. So you guys that are running your ported barrels, your micro comps, or just the port in the barrel, you're typically going to get a little bit less. You just have to make sure it's fast enough for it to do its job. And I believe the 147 grain has to be 930 FPS to do its job. No problems there. It was 967. And then the 135, if I'm not mistaken, it has to be right around that 1000 to do its job. No problem there. I got 1042 with the ported barrel. And then the 124, I think it has to be a little bit faster. I think it has to be at like 1050 or something. It's not that big of a deal. You do more research and look it up, make sure what I'm saying, the numbers. This is what I remember off the top of my head. But I was getting 1143, so no big deal there. So all of them in this gun with the port, and should with your micro comps. What I might do is I might do another video on the Taurus G3C, because I've got one of them with a port as well, and we'll see what it does in that as well. Alright guys, I just want to show you that of the G3xl. So this would be the same for the G3xl or the G3 or the G3 Tactical, or any of your other barrels that are the same length barrel, your Glock 19, stuff like that. It should be all the same with the port. Alright guys, this is Spencer with Defense Training. Stay safe, stay armed. Hey, we want to take a second just to let you know that we offer concealed weapons classes in South Carolina. We are in Anderson, South Carolina. So if you're local to us, check us out at defensetraining.org. We also offer other training as well. You can check that out again defensetraining.org. Also, we make holsters. We have custom holsters that we make, so you can go check those holsters out. They are ambidextrous and both inside and outside the waistband holsters. They are made of Kydex. They have a lifetime guarantee and a 60-day money-back guarantee. So check those out at defensetraining.org/holsters. All right, back to the video. Please like, subscribe, and comment on this video below. Thanks.